Yo, what's up, SR Squad? Back at here again. It's been so long, guys. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. Last time I made a video was in July of 2019. I'm back. I'm sure a lot of you are gonna be surprised that I'm back, and I wouldn't blame you. It's been almost 3 or 4 years. It's been a long while. I'm glad to be back. There's a lot of things I'm gonna talk about today. A little vlog. Let's just say a long vlog. It's been so many changes since then. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm back, you know, and really, I'm thinking it's just been, I don't know. I hope y'all have been okay and doing pretty good in your guys' lives. Uh, a lot of things have changed with me. Recently, my grandma passed away. I don't know if you remember my last video. I was at her house. I was doing the little vlog, trying to make my comeback, but it didn't work. So, you know, I came back that one day and I was spending time with my grandma. It was the summer. I was going in my junior year in high school. But yeah, things have changed since then. She died of heart failure. In November of that year, she was in a hospice care. She was in hospice. And she just started getting worse. Later on in that winter or the fall time period, she was complaining that she was having like a hard time breathing and chest pains. She had to go in and out of the hospital for like 2 months. Um, Luckily, I didn't have to do a lot, you know, during that time period. I mean, she wasn't. She was very mobile. She was able to do things. She just ran out of breath too quickly. Like her heart was just bad. She would be doing things and she would just run out of breath and she had to sit down. And she would always tell me, "Oh, I can't do things the way I used to. I just have a bad heart now. My health is going down." And I understood that. She told me that. And yeah, so it was November the 10th of 2019. That she passed away. And I remember my mom was taking care of her house during that time, and I was here. By my normal, I was actually home alone, going to school, coming back home alone. Cooking, doing my thing. Living here. My mom was at her house, and I would call my mom just to check up on her, see how everything is over there. And she would tell me everything's good. I'm just here, taking care of the house. And I'll tell her, maybe I might go on the bus after school tomorrow or something like that. So the day before the 9th, we were sitting with my grandma and we're having this conversation with her, and my mom asked her, "What do you see in life next? What is it that you see?" Um, and she just said, "Oh, what do I see? What can I see? I don't see much. I don't know what to see for the future. What future?" That's what I knew, that she just was tired. She was tired of living that way with her health. She just got tired. I knew that it was close to her time, but at the same time it was weird because I was not expecting her to go that soon. Really, I wasn't expecting her to go that soon, and it surprised me, but it didn't. Yes, I was hurt and saddened. I spent a lot of time with that woman. She was like another mom to me in a way. She was always there. Obviously I spent many years with her. Spent time with her for many years. Spend the night on the weekends, even during the weekdays during school. I would go over there and I would ask her, "Hey, can I spend the night?" And in the morning I'd go to school again. That was like my other house. I'd just stay there. And I appreciate the the time that I had with her. This Amazon guy dropping off a package. I hopefully the noises don't mind. I hope you guys don't mind the background. I will get to that later. But right now, I'm just talking. I'm just catching up with you guys. How everything's been in my life. A lot of major changes. And the next day, well, on the 9th of November, I told her, it was sad, but it was like I didn't regret it. Like I said, I spent many times and years with her. That day, she said, "I love you, mijo." I said, "I love you too, Grandma." And that was my last words to her. And I am so happy that those were my last words to her. And I've always told this to myself: when somebody passes, somebody important in my life, in my family, or anybody that I find important, I hope that my last words to them is "I love you." Or even if I go, well, you never know, when is your last day. I say "I love you" to them. As long as, I leave my house, my car, that's my new car. Like I said, I'll show you guys, I'll be walking around. But every time I leave the house, I see all these car accidents and all this crap that goes on, all these tragedies. People getting killed for, you get mugged out there, you get in a bad damn car accident. There's so much crap nowadays. That's so common. Every time I go out, I see some car accident or some car flipped over, caution tape everywhere, polices, firefighters blocking the streets. It's like, damn, people just the way they drive. And I think, what are people doing? Like, good people got to be careful out there. And accidents happen. It's out of our control. Sometimes we get into the mess and we get hurt, and people around us get hurt. And I go out and I tell my mom I love you, because I don't know if she will be, if something happens to her, I don't want to regret anything. And if something happens to me, I don't want her to suffer. At least I told her I love you, and that's the whole point, when I was speaking about my grandmother, I told her I love you on my last day, and I'm not regretful of that. I'm actually appreciative that I did that. I was able to do that. But next day she passes, my mom calls my grandpa. He lives right in front of me, we're like neighbors, we're close. He's another one that I've spent time with my whole life. Honestly, I could say more than my grandma. My grandma was the second closest. He was always number one. He was always there for everything. He helped me with a lot of things. He helped me how to be in life. I spent so much time with him. And when his time comes, that will be another hard one to take and a pill to swallow. One thing he's told me is, when I pass away, don't cry, because I passed away content, happy, complete, and that's always stuck with me. He's been telling me that since I was a little kid. He's not afraid he's not afraid to tell me anything, no matter what age I was. He treated me like an adult, like he talked to me about literal adult situations at an early age. And that's why I'm the way I'm today. I'm more knowledgeable, I'm a little wiser for my age, I can talk to people, I know how to give advice, like I can have conversations with people, My intelligence comes from him, and many others, of course, my whole family. Everybody has taught me something in life. My uncles, my mom, even my dad, of all people. And, me and my dad have a long history. Basically, what I've told everybody, he taught me how not to be. I always tell that to everybody, every single person. They ask me, what did your dad teach you? He taught me how not to be. And people might look at me like, oh, that's so sad. I don't want no sympathy. I mean, that's what I've gained. That's what my mentality is towards him. He taught me how not to be. And I don't see nothing sad about it. I mean, yeah, he wasn't a good father figure, how fathers should be. But basically, that's all. He taught me how not to be. He taught me how to be a man. So yeah, going back to my grandma, she passed. You know, my grandpa called my mom. My grandpa came to the house, and he's like, your mom wants to talk to you. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, grandma just passed. She just passed away. Oh my God, are you serious? I just didn't know what to say at the moment. You know, I was just like, what the hell? It's just so weird, you know, it's like, really? You know? And, you know, I posted on Facebook, you know, my feelings, you know, my grandma passed away, and, you know, many people reacted, they commented, you know, condolences to you and your family, I love you, you know, RIP, you know, you know, I'm always there for you. Like, many people reacted, and I appreciated all those comments. Whoever's on my channel, I'm sure you're one of them. I thank you for that, for being there for me, you know. And hopefully, I don't know if you guys remember that she did pass through that Facebook post, but yeah, life went on. COVID happened in early 2020. I said, it's a long story, so I haven't made a video since 2019. This is my neighbor. My neighbor. Yeah, if you hear the car, it's my neighbor. But I was just waving at her. But COVID happened. It was a very awkward situation that we were all put through, the whole world. You know, it was a global thing, a worldwide pandemic, COVID-19. It was March 2020, as you all know. That was the last time we ever went to a school, you know, in person. You know, I missed all my friends. We stopped seeing each other, stopped talking to each other. We're all distanced, quarantine, you know, lockdowns, very limited world. You know, you couldn't go out to these places. All these places were closed. They were temporarily closed. If they were open, it was only for a couple hours. Or you had to order stuff from home. You couldn't go out grocery shopping. You couldn't go out fast food. You couldn't go out to eat and sit down. You know, it's like, wow. It's so weird, you know. And that was my very first time. As of course, I speak for a lot of people, almost everybody. You know, in our generation, when did we ever go through a pandemic? You know. Think about that. We've never been through that. That's our first time that we've ever been through that. That was our first time. And you think, well, you know, it's crazy. Now that I'm thinking about it, 3 years later, we're in March right now. It's crazy. It's like, geez, literally almost 3 years later. It was March 12th today. It was around this time period where that was our last day of class. You know, and it's just, I think it's crazy, you know. It's like, wow, I couldn't believe it. You know, and we're still living in it, believe it or not. COVID is still here. People are talking about it. The news media is talking about it. There's still cases rising. There's still people dying from it. You know, the hospitals are packed with COVID patients, complications. You know, it's still here, but it's not as, people are not taking it so seriously. There's no mask. You know, vaccinations are not being promoted to an extreme level like they were a couple years ago. 2021 was more of the vaccination year. You know, that's when they figured out, okay, scientists have made this, maybe they could help. We're doing this, you know, take these vaccines. But that whole year of 2020, it was nothing but just quarantine and staying at home. I didn't have nothing to do. I didn't go nowhere for months. There was a little program in school where they actually allowed us to pass with the grades that we had. It was around April, a month after the pandemic. We weren't going to school. all we did was just, I was actually trying to do school. I was attempting, I was looking at assignments online. That's when the words virtual got popular, Zoom, all these websites, for online classes. You know, teachers would tell you, let's meet virtually. Everything was virtual. And that meant it was all through video or online, interactions. And that's also something that we weren't used to, and we really, really learned a lot about tech. And tech, I could say, literally saved us, because if it wasn't for tech, you would have to literally go physically to pick up assignments every single day. And it would be a hardship. It would be a hassle every day, So tech is what saved us. That's what tech does now. So now we know in these crisis situations, if something like this were to happen again, hopefully tech is there to help us again. That's the thing. And ever since COVID, that's all we've been doing. You don't see paper now. All these kids are carrying laptops now. When you go to school, okay, open your laptops. All you see is laptops on the desks. That's the thing now. That's what COVID literally shifted the whole world. It's always been technical. The technology has always been here, but now, ever since COVID, it really, really got popular. Technology and computers. But yeah, things pass. April of 2021, I got well, let's just say early 2021, my health I started to worry, like late 2020, early 2021. I started to worry about my health. My blood sugars were really high, my triglycerides, different things. I was going to the doctors during that time period. They were telling me that I need to take care of my health and eat better and do more activity. They were worrying about my kidneys, my pancreas, my heart. I've had a history of high cholesterol, and the doctor was telling me, you need to take care of yourself. I'm worried about your kidneys. You need to drink more water. Cut the sugar, like lower your blood sugars. And she was giving me tips. What to drink, what to eat. The diet. All that stuff. And I've made some improvements, some major improvements. Yeah, and that's pretty much what happened during that time. And ever since then, I've really been watching what I eat. I don't eat sweets. I don't have a big sweet tooth. I cut out on snacking. I was always eating chips and all that crap. So months passed. April 2021, I got a new girlfriend. That's something that has been a major change in my life. She has helped me so much. We're going 2 years now dating. April 26th is our anniversary. 2021, April 26th, we started dating. Her name is Jasmine Garcia. We go back a long way. I've known this woman since middle school. If you guys know me from Mansfield, I used to go to middle school there. I didn't know that she had a full-blown crush on me. I really didn't know. And I got so surprised. I'm like, gosh, I didn't even know that she had a crush on me for years. Like, ever since she's met me in 6th grade. She told me, I've always liked you. Like, I've always had a crush on you. You seem like a calm, like, cool guy. You're funny. Like, everybody talks about my humor, and she loved my humor. And, I would always fuck with people or mess around with people. And she would tell me, I just loved your humor. Like, I used to make me laugh, and I just liked your vibe, and I thought you looked cute when I first saw you in 6th grade. I'm like, are you serious? I didn't even, my first girlfriend, my first lover, she's my first lover, my high school sweetheart, I could say. And I'm thinking she will be my only one. She is the one, honestly. She is the best freaking woman I have, and we're trying to make it. We just have arguments, we have struggles, like typical couples. We talk about life. We're so similar. We match. We have a lot of similarities. She's really old school. She loves the 60s. She loves the old music, as much as I do. She likes the oldies. We have similar paths. We have similar ways of thinking, our mentality. And it's like, geez, this is the perfect woman for me. I just thought, really. She's Don Autumn. She's native. So she's from the nation. Best thing ever. I've always wanted a dark, kind, hot woman. I've always liked dark women. That was my type. I've always liked them. And I thank God. I'm like, you got me the perfect woman. The way she looks is perfect. And she's also a kind sweetheart, funny, perfect personality. She is stubborn sometimes. That's why we argue. I think we're both stubborn. We both have our, sometimes I have anger issues sometimes, and I feel bad, yeah, but we just have our issues, sometimes. But so far we're good, we're really good. We just match, we get along. I already gave her a promise ring. Back in December, I gave her a promise ring. And I surprised her. I went to Winter Haven, and my friends and her, yeah, it was my friend's girlfriend. We were all in a group, and they they knew about it. We were giggling, and we didn't know what to do, and they were just like, he was just asking me, when are you gonna do it? Do it now. We kept walking, trying to find a perfect spot, like, all the lights, and there's something beautiful. Doing it in front of it. And, it was beautiful, And we found a spot, and I just, I told her, you're the perfect woman for me. I hope we have the best future and continue to do our best, And she started crying, and it's a beautiful ring. It's a silver ring with little diamonds around it. It's like a wedding band, And it's a nice ring. But yeah, we've been through a lot, We've been working. I've had a couple jobs already. I was working at Ross. I worked at Cafe Santa Rosa. It's a native restaurant. Making. I was just a dishwasher, but I would see all the cooks. They would make fry bread and red chili and all that good stuff. It was good food, I worked at Filiberto's. My first job after graduating high school, I graduated, got my diploma. So I'm done with high school now, back in 2021. That summer I started working my first job at Filiberto's, a fast food restaurant. That was not good at all. It was probably one of my worst jobs I've ever had. 12-hour shifts for 2 weeks. I literally lasted only 2 weeks. It was just a start off, and I got my first check. It was like $1,400. Worth it? I say, yeah. $1,400. That was a big check for me. I spoiled myself. I went to the mall, bought myself those Godfather shirts, and I just went full upgrade. For many years I have not bought any clothes or shoes, nothing. I bought these white Nikes, black shorts, black shirt, Godfather, looking nice, looking fresh. I changed my style. Wearing jewelry. I was wearing rings and men's bracelets for a while. Chains. Like in late 2021, early last year, 2022. Like I was just full blown. Like, you could almost call me a cholo, almost. Like, I just changed. Like, if you guys were to see me, it's like, damn, Ralph, it's like, that's how you changed. Like, because, I was always ghetto, I guess, I can admit it. I just wore fucking slippers and old shorts and just used up shirts all faded. That's what people know me as. And now if they were to see me in that, the new style, I'm like, I'd be like, damn, you're looking fresh, But yeah, things like I said, a lot of things changed with me, you know. But Libertos, I was working 12-hour shifts, got my $1,400 check. it, it messed up my mental so bad that in 2021 in June I started 2 weeks the first month. You know, I was having a lot of insecurities. Being in my first relationship, then you know I didn't trust Jasmine as much. I admit I had a lot of insecurities. There was a time where I thought she was seeing other guys. You know, I didn't. It was just stupidity. You know, insecurities, which I quickly got over, and I'm happy that I did. You know, I just didn't know her. You know, and I started getting angry with her and blowing up. You know, and it was just a mess. You know, I really went low. Like, I just was going downhill, worse than I've ever been. That was my worst time ever during that time, you know. The worst that I've ever been. You know, I actually got put in a mental hospital that year, that summer. I just blew up. My mom had to call behavioral crisis. It was in late June. I remember I was trying to call services, like therapy services, you know, because I just wasn't feeling right. I wasn't feeling myself. And I got really pissed off because they told me, oh, they're laid back. You know, you won't be able to get services till September of that year. And I got heated. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You know, I just hung up and I went inside and I yelled. I yelled on top of my lungs. Like, I just blew up. And I started crying and I was like panting. Like, I was just having like panic attack. I couldn't breathe, you know, like. And, you know, my mom remembers that. That was the very last time I ever blown up that bad, you know. And ever since then, I've improved so much, you know. Here and then, I would get anxiety. I've been having a lot of issues with anxiety, which have gotten better. But it was just a hard period of time, you know. It was difficult. And my girlfriend would give me, she would tell me, like, you need to calm down, you know, like, why are you being like this, you know, and we would argue, and, you know, of course, those times where I was stubborn, you know, I didn't take what she told me, and I just, you know, but, so that was my lowest time, you know, and, yeah, you know, and then, been into, you know, going back a little before, you know, all the politics and Trump and all that crap too during COVID, all that happened. I thought that was wicked, you know, that shit that was going on back then in November of 2020 with the election fraud and Trump saying that he never lost. I thought that was nuts, you know. I don't know about y'all, what y'all thought about that, but I thought that was crazier than shit, you know. Like, I'm like, what? Why? You know, why do people go to that, stoop to that level to do something that bad to ruin our country? You know, to go to that level, to that extent, to ruin our country, you know. And I hope the sun don't bother you guys, you know, in my video. But why would somebody go to that level, honestly, you know? Who does that? And then January 6, 2021, the Capitol riot, you know, that was a literal attack on the government. That was no riot. That was deeper than a riot, you know. And those dogs. These dogs are always barking and they annoy the shit out of my neighbor. She's always yelling. You know, their dogs, I think it's Zoe. I forgot the other names, but she has like 3 dogs. And all you hear is Zoe! Zoe! Like, she's just running around screaming for them. Because they're running around all over the yard, all over this lot over here. This is a new car. You know, at that time I had a 2009 Chevy HHR. It was my grandma's car. She left it to us when she passed. So we had that for a good 3 years after she passed. Recently, like last summer in July 2022, we got this baby. It's a 2014 Nissan Sentra. It's a nice car. It runs good, very smooth, very quiet. That's what I love about it. I could say it's a stealthy vehicle, but it looks pretty. It looks nice. If I had my keys, I would go into the interior, but I don't have my keys at the moment. I'll have to go inside my place. Yeah, but yeah. And I love taking care of it. I actually clean it. I vacuum. I go to the car wash. I bought like a spray and some wipies, and I made that dashboard shine. I was so happy. Like, and now, like I said, my girlfriend has changed me. So like she, not that she changed my personality, but my ways. I started seeing the good side of life, appreciating things that you can do. Find things that you can do to comfort yourself. Get out of your zone. Your mental state. And do something positive, something productive, That's what she taught me. And ever since then, I've improved that. I've had that way of thinking for a long while now, Mom, I'm doing my intro video. I'm doing my video. You want to say it? You want to say hi? This is my mom. I'm sure you guys remember her.
Hello.
She was in one of my videos, but I don't know if you remember. It was in Christmas. She was one who recorded me. No, I'm still. What would happen? Oh, control. Yeah, we got a new TV as well. I'll show you guys later. I'm getting my keys right now. I'm showing you guys the interior of the car. But it's a nice car. Yeah, but but it's like I said, it's been pretty good, I don't have much to complain about, just living it day by day, taking it inch by inch, So here I'm going back to my car so I can show you guys the interior. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to shine it up again because it's kind of fading. It's still there, but it's always dusty, Here's a look at that. It's a nice car. I wish I could switch the camera to the other side while I'm recording. But yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But yeah. Nice radio. It has a bass. This car has a bass. When you put music in here, it has a bass. Like it really does. This is a spray I use to shine it up, the dashboard. It's still shiny, but with the sun parked out here outside every day, I'm sure it fades quicker than usual. Yeah, but this is nice car though. And a little honk when you lock it. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, nothing to complain about. It's been nice lately, and it's going, but yeah. And then last sure, like, I'm just updating you guys on everything. I'm sure you guys know a lot about the world right now. Some of you may not as much, but, you know, it's just been hectic since the 2020s started. 2020 with the pandemic. You know, there's been war, there's been rioting, there's been civil unrest, you know, all these like political issues that have been going on. You know, all the war in Ukraine and all that crap. You know, it's ever since 2020 started, it's just been a bunch of crap. And I even told my girlfriend, like, why is it that since 2020 started, everything's just been, there's always something going on, you know? It's like, you know, literally last year I was afraid that there was going to be a damn nuclear war, you know? They were bombing nuclear plants in Ukraine with, you know, the Russians bombing the country. And I'm like, I thought you guys are going to blow up a damn nuclear plant and we're all going to hell, you know? Like, you keep bombing that shit over there. Seriously, you know, it's like you're putting everybody at risk. The whole European continent, the whole world. We don't know how powerful nukes are nowadays, you know? Yeah, back in 1945 during World War II, which is something that I love researching about, and I've been researching once in a while. During the pandemic, I really got into World War II. Me and my mom can tell you, I was looking at the battles, looking at the campaigns, and the, you know, different things that happened during that time period. But it's just like, that was hectic, you know, that really destroyed a lot, you know, in Japan. And that was the very last time we used a nuke on Earth. You know, but seriously, that's what, like, especially last summer, you know, and then they mobilized, and I'm like, are you serious? In my time period, I've never heard of a mobilization. That means, if you guys don't know what that is, that it basically means the whoever, you know, Putin signed up services like for all soldiers to be drafted. It's basically a conscription, a military draft in Russia, which means all the Russian soldiers are heading to Ukraine. And he signed like 300,000 more troops. And I'm like, is this man insane? And I just thought, this world is going to crap, you know, with this. You know, we're going to end up blowing ourselves up or destroying ourselves in a world war, like World War III or something. You know? You wouldn't even be here to see it, you know? It's like, shit. It's just nuts, you know? And, you know, that has been, I mean, not that I'm too concerned or worried, but, you know, you know, obviously we don't like going through that, you know, wartime. Really, the whole, you know, Earth is concerned about the war in Ukraine, and we're triggered right now, you know. I mean, it's kind of been a little low, you know, we're not as bad, but we're up and down with Russia, you know. Russia starts doing some weird crap and we start worrying about, you know. And I just heard like a couple of weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, Russia pulled out of a treaty. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but it's like basically a nuclear arms pact or a deal that basically endangers us. It just raises tension with Russia. And Joe Biden was like, that was a big mistake what Putin did, and that would just cause, you know, tension over nuclear weapons. Basically, a second Cold War could happen if he does decisions like that, you know, pulling out of any nuclear pacts that were placed during that time period. You're basically asking for another arms race, which means you're going to be boasting with, you know, your nuclear weapons, and you're going to risk a nuclear war or a nuclear accident, you know. And it's just, I think it's like, oh, you know, I don't know much about that stuff. I really don't. But obviously it does not sound anything positive. It's nothing good, you know. It's just a bunch of crap, you know. And and we're still going through it. I mean, they're still bombing. They've been warning that the Russians are still bombing nearby nuclear plants or power plants. And I'm like, one day that shit's gonna go, and you're gonna hit one of those damn nuclear power plants, and I do not want to see what happens after that. That's not, yeah. Because I mean, they're not missiles. But you hit a nuclear power plant that's full of uranium. That's what nuclear weapons are made of. You see that warning symbol, that yellow symbol? That's a uranium sign. That's a hazard nuclear sign. I don't know what you call it, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. But that's basically what will happen, if you bomb one of those power plants, nuclear power plants, it will be very catastrophic. And I won't. This is just nothing good will come out of that at all. It will seriously damage literally damage life. Everything that we are. Like really, that's so risky. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy me talking. It's just a big update, a big return for me. It's a huge vlog, I could say. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Like I said, the other thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys is I'm wanting to actually dedicate myself to YouTube and actually get paid for it and make a living and make something out of it. Having money in my pocket. Like I want to be a YouTuber. Me and my girlfriend, she's into YouTube. She likes ASMR as much as I do. Like I said, we have a lot of similarities. We love watching ASMR. She knows me with ASMR, with the little ticking sounds and the little chewing. And yeah, it sounds silly, but I like seeing people chew gummies. For God's sake. But she knows me with that. I like those sounds, like mouth sounds and people eating in front of the camera. And I have recently gone to this girl. She's a YouTuber, but she makes these weird sounds. Like she uses different things to make like trigger sounds, and somehow makes you fall asleep. And I've been watching her, and she's been inspiring me. I'm like, damn, I want to get a camera and a microphone. And she's been inspiring me to do that. And so yeah, and now I've just been thinking of buying I've been looking on Amazon of buying a little microphone. It's made for ASMR specifically. And it's like a microphone and like a camera. And no, I'm good. But yeah. But yeah, these people pass through. Like, can I help you? I'm like, no. What the hell? These people come around walking. There's always these weird people walking around. But yeah, there's times where I like I said, in this area I gotta be careful because there's these crackheads walking around and weird ass people. But yeah, going back to YouTube, being a YouTuber, that's what I want to do. And me and my girl we've been talking about it for a long while, like making a YouTube channel, a serious YouTube channel where we can make videos. And but we don't have much ideas. But really, I don't think it's much about the ideas. I think we have ideas, it's just we don't have the equipment to do it. We don't have the microphone or the camera, none of that stuff. That's all we need to get us started. We get that, we have more hope. And we can make something out of it, you know what I mean? And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say, just talking bits and pieces about what's been happening in my life these past 3 years since I've been out of action on YouTube. Um, but yeah, I'm just thinking those people, there's a couple, or a weird couple, where they're like, oh, can I help you with something? I'm like, no, the fuck? But, because they're like, oh, you're staring at us or something. I'm like, no, you're good. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but I mean, I'm staring at you because you're walking around here looking all fucking weird. Like, I don't want you entering my property. Because the back over here, it's all desert area. Sometimes they be walking back here doing their stupid shit, drugs and all that crap, whatever they're doing. They're over there in the front now, but I think they're walking away. Like I said, I will fight people. Like, I don't take crap from people anymore. It's something that I've changed too. Like, when people mess with, you know, something that belongs to me or my family or just anything, I'm territorial. I've learned that, I've gained that skill. Like, I'm not afraid to put up a fight, Like, the way they talk to me, what are you looking at? I'm like, what? You got a problem that I'm looking at you? You're walking around my neighborhood, so I'm going to be looking. What the hell you expect? You come in here, then you're done. You're going to get your ass handled, Like I said, once they come in here, then when I put my foot down, even my grandpa, he has a big thing for that. Like, people, like me and him have actually gone out. Like I said, he's taught me how to fight, so I have a baseball bat, or we both use it. I have a blade too. But there's been times where we have to come out here and tell people to get out of here, But yeah. I'm staring at them because I don't want them coming in here, But I'm not going to tell them nothing. I'm not trying to start shit, It's just, like, I can stare if I want to, You're around my damn property. So, you come in here, once you step foot in this little area right here, then that's not yours, But yeah. But, I mean, other than that, I should wrap it up now, I'm hungry. I have not ate yet. I don't know if I'm thinking maybe vlogging again, but I'm making dinner or something, showing you guys what I'm making. If maybe I could keep going with the video, but I'll see, you'll see me when I start, I'll probably make a video, maybe my vlog today, and then I'll make a video later. I could probably introduce you guys to my girlfriend later. Like I said, I have introductions for you guys. So, yeah. Like I said, she's a big fan of YouTube. She's been wanting to do this, so I'm sure she'll be surprised too. It's like, oh, you made a video, or what, you returned, or, She knows. I've told her about my YouTube channel. I've started. If you guys see me make those weird-ass videos of jokes and, like, the challenges and all that back then when I was in high school. But yeah, but I think I'll surprise her. I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna show her my video. I'm just vlogging about everything that's been happening. But I'm glad to see you guys. I hope you guys support me in the future. I hope I grow. I'm gonna pray to God to give me an opportunity to see what I can do with this, That's another thing. I have been a firm believer in God lately. Jasmine has been helping me with that. We've gone to church many times together now. I've got more experience with church with her. She really, really, got me to that. She loves Bible study. I'm watching her sitting there, writing the verses and the chapters and taking notes and writing things that really mean something to her, like a message, messages. And she tells me, that's how you relate what's going on today in the world. Like, this happens, and then we get into a conversation about it, And that's what I love about her. Like I said, we're a good couple. We like having a conversation, and we're always getting into topics, conversations about life, things that have happened. I tell her everything. Like I said, she's the one for me. I really feel that. I tell her everything, like every little thing. I don't have secrets with her. I don't keep nothing from her. I tell her and show her everything. I've showed her all my struggles. She's not ashamed. She's not embarrassed. She literally accepts me for everything. Dude, I've told her, really, really deep personal crap. Even dark stuff that, we all have something that we don't like showing. You know what I mean? Anything, it's like deep personal crap like that. I tell her that. And she tells me, oh, okay, well, that's okay, I still love you. I still, she tells me, like, no matter what, everything that you have or how you are, I will always love you. She tells me, like, and I thought that was, I've never felt that, that deep, where she's not ashamed of nothing. And same goes for her, me towards her, everything she is and has. In every way, I love her to death, everything. We're both the same, I accept her and she accepts me for everything. And yeah, but it's crazy, and I noticed that, that I tell her every little thing, everything, every topic. We get into conversations. We go out, we're riding on the car or going somewhere. We just start talking. She's showering. I literally, it's a cute thing when a couple, you guys are together in the shower. I mean, I'm sitting with her, or I'm just there with her talking while she's showering. She does that same thing to me, like, we're just so close, we're like that. We're that type of couple, like. Look at this dumbass cat. There's a cat. Look at it. I don't know if you guys see her. There's been some new cats. Also, my cat Mister passed. Like I said, I'll talk some more later on. But there's been some new cats in my neighborhood, this little block, But yeah, it's pretty much it, But like I said, I'll bring her out. I'll introduce her to you guys. Like I said, I might be vlogging for now, but hopefully we get some ideas later on, and anything, and I want to show you guys what I do in the daily. I don't mind doing that, going out in public, doing things, cooking. That's all I'm doing now, At the moment, I don't have a job. I'm going to Pima, but even then, I don't know if that's working out for me. I just don't know what to do, and I'm just thinking maybe YouTube, I can hopefully make something out of it and come out great with it, I can actually do something with this. I'm really, really thinking about it. And this is my start off right now. As time goes on, I hope I make improvements and we get ideas, me and my girlfriend. But yeah, but I'm really gonna wrap it up now. I'm happy to see you guys. It's nice talking to you guys again, making my comeback. I hope this won't be the last video from here on out. I hope we continue together again. I'm actually gonna work on this, trying to be a YouTuber. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out. SR Squad out, my boys.